Oh, you want to know? Okay, one thing that I really want to do. So, I saw this girl's video blow up on TikTok where she said that she was chasing 1,000 rejections. So I don't know if she did this last year or if she's actively still doing the challenge this year. But the whole idea is that I think it's a really clever manifestation technique, because it's like you are trying to get as many rejections as fast as possible to hopefully get to, the 1,000 number. And in doing so, you'll actually find that your application will be accepted more times than you would expect, or that people would say yes to you more than you would expect. But the thing is, like, by saying that you're chasing the rejections instead of, oh, I'm chasing 1,000 goals, it takes the pressures off of you to achieve those goals, right? So you don't have to deal with the, the anticipation and the anxiety of, what if I don't reach the goal? Then I'm going to feel like a failure. If you reframe it like, well, I want to see how many rejections I can get as possible throughout this entire year. I want to see if I can get like up to 1,000 rejections. If you reframe it that way, then it takes away like your anxiety and your attachment to wanting the favorable outcome, right? Like wanting to be picked for whatever projects that you apply to, which helps you gain momentum and not overthink things and just apply to whatever is out there, which is actually going to work towards your favor in the long run, because what you find often is that you will get accepted to more things than you ever even expected, right? So I want to do my own 1,000 rejections challenge. Maybe I can tweak the rules for myself as well to include YouTube videos. Maybe I can count like every time I do a live stream or every time I upload a piece of content online, I can count that as one of the rejections, right? Because technically, like whenever I put a video out there, it's kind of, I could think of it as, okay, if the video does well, if it gets a lot of views and engagement, then that would mean an acceptance. But if the video flops, or if it doesn't resonate with people and it doesn't get that many views, then that could count as a rejection. But still, the idea is the same. Like the more rejections that I can just plow through at a quicker and quicker pace, the faster it's going to lead me to those inevitable bumps in the road that are going to pan out to be actually acceptances or successes. So I'm excited about that. I really like that idea. I think it's so genius to frame it as I want to get rejected 1,000 times, right? Because if anything, at the end of the day, even if you apply to 1,000 things and you get rejected from every single one, which again, statistically, it's impossible. But even if you did get rejected, you still accomplished something. You can look back and still say, wow, I actually did that. I put in all that work. I challenged myself, right? And I didn't let my fear or my anxiety, fear of failure stop me from even getting started. Yeah, I'm excited about that. Oh my God. So I think that's a good strategy. If I count live streaming or if I count uploading a video towards my 1,000 rejections, and then I can also count, for example, this can also push me to do something else that I've been putting off forever. I have like a whole running list of brands, the PR contacts of certain makeup brands that I should have reached out to long ago by now, but I never got around to it. Because again, I think if I'm honest with myself, it's because I let myself get mentally tripped up every time about, but who am I? Like, who do I think I am? This is never going to work. How can I just cold email a bunch of makeup brands? Like, they're never going to want to send me PR because my channel is not that big. All of these things that we subconsciously tell ourselves, if I just reframe it to, okay, but how many rejections can I get in as little time as possible? Then, oh, okay, challenge accepted, right? Let me just blast out an email to 5 brands a day at least, and then let's see how many rejections I get. So yeah, there's 365 days in a year, right? So that would mean I'd have to take action on at least 3 things, like 3 new opportunities every single day. And one of those can be a live stream. One can be a pitch email to a beauty brand to get on their PR list or whatever. And then another one could just be anything, miscellaneous, applying to a job, applying to take in a filming project, etc. I mean, like last year, I literally was selected to go on a Japanese talk show. So technically, I already can check that off my list. But there's more projects in the future. There's always going to be more projects and more opportunities. So if I just make sure I do on average 3 a day, like 2 to 3, then I think it's very doable. It's very possible to reach that 1,000 number by the end of this year. I need to put on a lip. What do I want to do for my lip? You know what else I could get done? I could get my personal color analysis done, because I've been on the fence about that for literally the past 2 years. And it's not because, okay, I don't mind getting it done, But the thing is, I want to make sure I find the right person to do my color analysis. You know what I mean? I don't want it to just be any old random walk-in place. I want to like properly research and make sure that I actually like the work, or I agree with the work and the assessment of the color theorist. I don't know what they're called, but the consultant, right? Beforehand. I don't want it to just be like some random person, because, you know, so many people doing color analysis now because it's a boom. But I'm actually really picky about the people that I take direction from. So I don't mind paying. I don't mind, you know, doing the research and digging around to see what I like. But if I'm going to take lessons from anyone, if I'm going to take direction from anyone, it has to be from someone that I actually admire their work, not just going off the fact that they're a professional or they have a certification technically in this field. That doesn't really mean anything if I don't agree with their vision. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's kind of like just the age-old saying, don't take advice from anyone that you wouldn't switch places with. Anyone that doesn't have the desired result that you want, why would you take advice from them? You should find somebody that has as close as possible, if not exactly, if not exceeding the actual result that you're looking for, and learn directly from them if possible. But even when you learn from them, right, you're still your own sovereign person, so you can never just copy and paste someone else's technique. You gotta learn the skill also of adapting any and all advice to your own personal life circumstances. I feel like this looks kind of harsh, the contrast. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna use this Fenty Gloss Balm because I still like this color the best, I think. Not the biggest fan of the Fenty formula because it's still a little thick and sticky for my taste, but it does look good on camera. Yeah, I want to look into corsets and what else? Professional makeup class, corsets, facelift technology, smile lines, erasing technology. Just want to get a feel for what's out there. There's got to be more than that, right? Practice more of certain makeup styles and techniques that I kind of tend to avoid just because I feel like I don't have the skill for it. But if I did have the skill for it, I would probably do it more often, such as individual eyebrows. And also, oh my God, this is too sticky. Individual eyebrows. I might also look into shaving my face because that's a thing here in Asia. Like, women shave their facial hair so that their skincare can soak in better, and also it just looks better. It gives you like automatic glass skin because you don't have the little fuzzy hairs to like break the illusion of the glossiness. And what else? There was one more thing. Oh, I want to get rid of like forehead wrinkles here. Like when I have like, I've had these wrinkles ever since I was a teenager. This is not even an aging thing. I feel like this is just how my forehead is built. Even if I just slightly raise my eyes, you can immediately see a bunch of lines. So, I mean, that's fine. But now, like recently, I noticed that even when I'm relaxed, I can see like 1, 2, 3 faint wrinkles. So if possible, I'd like to get a handle on those before they have a chance to deepen. And what else? I find myself getting lazy a lot. I fall victim to the trap of convenience more and more, I find. Like, for example, it's really cold outside now, so I'm just tempted to just wear these huge baggy sweaters and warm pants all the time. But then I see women outside who are still on their baddie tip, you know, with their cute dresses and stuff. Like, they have their puffer coats on, but they still are wearing a nice dress. They're wearing their cute little dainty heels or their boots. And I know they're freezing because their legs are exposed, but damn if they don't look good while they're at it, right? So I want to join those girls, okay? I don't want to be the girl that's just like always outside in my fleece pants 24/7 because I'm cold and I can't be bothered. Like, yes, on the one hand, justified, but on the other hand, I don't want to look back in 50 years and be like, damn, why didn't I try harder? Like, while I still have the body and everything, why didn't I just take advantage of it and flaunt it every chance that I got? Like, that's the kind of energy we need to be on in 2026. Okay, I will leave you with one thing. This is kind of crazy, but I was asking ChatGPT the other day, what are some like unconventional ways to meet wealthy people or like people that are basically living on their own schedule, right? Whether they run their own company or they're already semi-retired. Like the guy that I met in Dubai who took me around everywhere, he was basically semi-retired, if I had to take a guess, at 34, which is pretty impressive. And he also, just the energy that he moved with, like you could tell that he was not worried about money or scarcity of time. I want to be around more people that have that kind of a mentality, right? even though he did end up being kind of annoying in the end, by trying to get my attention by sending the same picture of his shisha every day. But you know what I mean. And when I say shisha, I mean actual shisha. That's not a euphemism for anything. Like, he was just trying to show me that, hey, I'm smoking my shisha every day. Oh, I'm saving so much money. But yeah, I still have his key though to his downtown apartment. So if you don't ask for it back, dude, as far as I'm concerned, I have free range to use your apartment anytime I'm in town, whenever he's not in the UAE, whenever he's abroad for a business trip. But nevertheless, what was I saying? Yeah, so I was asking ChatGPT, like, what are some other places that I can go to meet such people, right? Like high net worth individuals. And you want to know something crazy? The craziest suggestion that I saw was courtrooms. So apparently, I don't know about other countries, but I think like in America and also Japan, you can actually sit in on certain court cases because most of them are like open to the public, right? Like here in Japan, I think it differs depending on the ward. But anyway, if you like register beforehand as just a public viewer, you can actually go in and watch like a court proceeding. And apparently, I don't know because I haven't tried it out yet, so maybe I need to test this out, but apparently there's a lot of, if you can imagine, like retired, already financially free old guys that go to these things because they're the ones that have time in the middle of their day to go to random court trials and proceedings. So yeah, I'm gonna look into that. If I feel compelled to join one in the near future, of course, I will keep you guys updated and give you a play-by-play on another live stream. But what was another suggestion? I mean, it's the court thing is not so surprising if you just think about the general rule that people who have money and people who don't rely on, a paycheck for their livelihood, the biggest indicator is their freedom of time, right? So they're the ones that are out like eating brunch on a Tuesday, enjoying a 2 or 3 hour brunch by themselves at some upscale restaurant, because the rest of the population is usually at work during those hours, right? So during like the off-peak hours, they are the ones that are out frequenting, like the hotel bars and lounges and things like that. And I guess the courtrooms just happen to be one of those areas that are frequented by those people with excess freedom of time and money. What else? Gyms as well. Maybe that's another hurdle that I have to get over because I've never stepped into a public gym. It's just never been my thing. Like, I don't feel comfortable working out in front of other people, strangers nonetheless. And I just don't like the idea of working out in a gym. I much prefer to walk outside. I can walk for like 2 to 3 hours straight and not get bored because you get the scenery and it's not as strenuous as jogging. So I always prefer to walk or take a Pilates class, take a pole dancing class, but maybe, I don't know. I've been hearing consistently for the past several years now that you can meet, again, high net worth individuals in the gym, right? So if it's a nice gym, in the nice part of town, so maybe I need to look into that. Maybe I don't need to commit to signing up for a full-on membership necessarily, but if I can find certain gyms that have day passes or something, like maybe I should take myself out of my comfort zone and make myself at least try certain gyms in wealthy areas on a day pass. So lots of possibilities, 1,000 rejections. Remember, I'm chasing those 1,000 rejections. So I'm trying to get through all the duds as quickly as possible so that I can get to the pot of gold in a timely manner so that it doesn't take me like 5 to 10 years. If I just focus on, if I make it a game, if you gamify trial and error in your life, I feel like you can make a lot more headway.